And welcome to our international podcast, Below the Belt, take two. Who know, no. Good to be here with you guys this afternoon. Good to be here with each and every one of you, wherever you folks are joining us from. Welcome to our podcast. Who vex lose? Welcome, folks. Welcome. How is the weather where you guys are joining us from? They're telling us right out the gates, guys. It's fairly decent weather in the national capital city of Georgetown, where we broadcast our international podcast from. And weather.com, our favorite place, is telling us that it's 27 degrees outside with a percentage chance of rain of 24%, very, very minimal. They say it's 27 degrees outside, however, but it feels like 31. It feels like 31. Good to be here with you guys this afternoon. As we promised this morning on our morning program, FYI, we promised to be following this suicide at the Brickdam police station, where we now have a name of the young lady who would have gone there to seek out the services of the Brickdam police station and shot herself in the head, according to the reports we have available to us. And the young lady is Trudy De Haarte. Trudy De Haarte, we're going to be talking a little bit about her throughout our program, and we may or may not open our phone lines for those persons who may have known her to give us some comments. If you guys know a little more than we do at this time, and just after we would have finished giving you guys some of the backstory that we have, picking up some information from across social media and lots of the social media sites, of course, as you know, covering this story, and we're going to try to put it all together in one place at this end. Good to see so many of you joining this story, this podcast this afternoon. And you guys know that we always say in this program, we got to take our mental health very seriously. Mental health is real, and it seems as though Trudy De Haarte was suffering from quite a few setbacks and dealing with life like so many of us. And we're going to be talking a little bit about her story as we proceed with our broadcast today. Good to see so many of you joining us. I see Vanessa Andrews is here, Roxanne Odessa Jacobs. Roxanne Odessa Jacobs and Pauline Austin is here as well. Jackie Beard is here too. Sandra Ramphel is here as well. We got Pauline Austin and quite a few of the other folks joining us. So great to see each and every one of you. So great to see you guys. Would rather be with no other people than you wonderful folks who are joining us today. You wonderful folks joining us today. Good to see each and every one of you. Great to have you guys here with us. Really, really great to have you guys here with us. And we hope that you're here with us for the next 45 minutes or so. It would be a privilege to have each and every one of you with us. Smash that emoji button. Let's see what's happening there on social media emotionally. Let's see how you guys are feeling out there. And we want you guys to share the live stream as well as we get more of this information to send it your way. Good to have each and every one of you, as we've said here, guys. You make the program what it is, and we really, really enjoy doing what we do on behalf of each and every one of you out there. And again, we are going to be covering the story of Trudy De Haarte. Quite a sad story, folks. Quite a sad story. And, you know, we got to take care of ourselves, folks. We got to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves. We just have to. We just have to take care of ourselves. Um, yep. Don't let anything get you down. Don't let anything get to you. Right? Don't let anything get to you. And we ensure that we have all the information for you guys. And such a sad day where this is concerned. Such a sad day where this issue is concerned. Quite a sad day. And we learned of this news as we were in the middle of our morning program, FYI. And thanks to all of you guys who would have joined us there. And definitely, we're gonna be touching on um, this issue as we proceed in our broadcast today. But good to see, first and foremost, Kevin Harris and Sandra Batiste. Redmond Alexis and Pansy Fields, Pauline Austin, Patricia Kissoon, Jackie Beard. Folks, it's like when these things happen, is then we realize how short and fleeting and brief life really is. Short, fleeting, and brief. And that's why, in a large sense, we got to try to treat each other with kindness and courtesy. We got to try to treat each other with dignity. Because in the larger scope of things, in the huge sweep and expanse of time as we know it, our time on this earth is so brief. It is so brief. And our thoughts and prayers go out with Trudy De Haarte's family. We're on the podcast here. If there's any of them who might be listening to us and want to offer some comments on the program, just let us know. We're going to tell you guys how you can do that. We're going to tell you guys exactly how you can do that. So if you guys want to make a comment, if you would have known Trudy and you want to give some kind thoughts about her, let us know that. Our number is still the same, 627-6963. And we will let you guys know how you can do that. Let you guys know how you can do that. And we're going to tell you if we get to that point in our program. But again, folks, those of you who are joining us, we ask that you share the link, the live stream, share our program, so that as many persons can get the valid and incredible information. Valid and incredible information. And as we were coming on today, folks, as rather was we were in the middle of our morning program, we learned that a woman had gone into the Brickdam police station and had shot herself dead. She had shot herself dead, and that is the initial information we reported on our morning program. But as the hours have rolled by, we have gotten some additional information, and is that we're going to share with you. Folks, we got to check in on each other. We got to be kind. We got to be large hearted. In so many instances, people do us so many wrong things, but we got to try as much as possible not to let that get us down in any way. Not let us get us down. Good to see folks like Gladstone Matthews joining us and Patricia Kissoon. Good to see folks like Kurt Goodman and Jackie Baird. Good to see beautiful folks like Sharon Mercurius and Rhonda Court joining us. So glad that all of you guys are here. Rhonda Kurt and Kurt Goodman and Jackie Baird. Good to see all of you guys. Commissioner Cole, good to see you as well. And Commissioner Cole already wading in here to some of the part of what might be aspects of this story. And Commissioner Cole says that infidelity can really push many over the edge. Not everyone can take blow. I am really sorry for the former sister-in-law. For my former sister-in-law, the pain was too much to bear. Tears of pain, tears of pain. Commissioner Cole, we hear you. We hear you there, Commissioner Cole, and all the other folks. Guys, if you want to come through, just leave a voice note for us. Leave a voice note, 627-6963. And this is all we're going to deal with for today. This is all we're going to deal with. This Trudy De Haarte story, the suicide of Trudy De Haarte at the Brickdam police station. Leave us a voice note, 627-6963, and leave some kind words if you can. If you knew her, leave some thoughts, and we're going to be sure to play it during the course of our program today. For those of you who are now joining us, welcome to Below the Belt. Our international podcast is broadcasted from the national capital city of Georgetown, and it's 27 degrees outside, according to weather.com. It's 27 degrees outside. There's a 24% chance it's going to rain, but weather.com, our favorite place to check in for the weather, tells us that it feels like 31 degrees. It feels like 31 degrees, guys. How are you doing out there? How is the weather where you are? And we're so glad to have you guys here with us. That's what matters. It is not in the abundance of things and how big your family is and all of that. Is that you're here. And as long as you have life, you can wake up any day and you can decide that you want your life to go in a different, positive direction and do precisely that. Do precisely that. As long as there's life, there's hope. That's what we always say. As long as there's life. The good book says that. There's hope, folks. And don't ever think that there is no hope. Don't ever think that. And those of you who are now joining us, we're going to encourage you guys to share the live stream. And again, drop us a word or two on our WhatsApp number. Drop us rather a voice note, and we'll be happy to play it. If you knew Trudy De Haarte in some way, if you came in contact with her in some way, you have another piece of the story, we'd love to hear from you. Jackie Beard says, it's 39 degrees in Georgia. Well, Jackie, we wish we were where you are. There as you're heading into Georgia. I don't know if I have it right, but you're coming off of the major highway in Georgia. There is a lovely place that sells Caribbean food. Always has a long line to get in there. You get some nice cow heel and that kind of lovely array of Caribbean foods. Oh my lord! As Jackie's talking there about Georgia, I'm seeing that place before me and thinking about that eclectic menu that they have there. And Jackie, if you're gonna be eating something for lunch today, give us a thought, spare thought for us. Folks, good to see Gordon Smith is here, and Melanie is here as well. Melanie Adams and Suzette Washington. Pauline Austin is here. Onika Light is here as well. And Joy Pamela. Good to have each and every one of you. Roxanne Odessa Jacobs is here as well. And Kurt Heidekin is not to be left out. And Christina Beckles too is here. And good to see all of these beautiful, fantastic folks. Share the live stream, guys. And you might want to smash that emoji button as well for us, guys. We are so happy that you guys are here with us, and we would have it no other. We really look forward to our time together, and this is perhaps my own therapy. This is perhaps my own therapy, folks. And I'm going to say it several times during the course of the program. If you're going through something, there are folks you can talk to. If you want to, you can dial 914. That is the suicide prevention hotline. I'm advised, and they have another number here, 623 4444. That is four fours, 623 4444. There is 678 96 as another number, 678 96. There's also 622 0001, 622 0001. There is 622 0009. There is also 622 0009. And then last but not least, there's 223 0818. 223 folks. Those are numbers that you can call if you need somebody to talk to, if you're having suicidal thoughts. There are folks on the other end of those numbers that you can talk to. Great to see Marlene DeYoung, and again Donna Liverpool. Carlotta Reynolds is here, and Cecile Ogle. Good to see all of you. Diane Griffith Zandy. Stan Bourne is here too. Good to see Stan and Eileen Griffith. Norton Innes. Good to see Eileen. Good to see all you beautiful, wonderful folks. We picked up the information this morning, guys, from this was, I think it was Big Smith News that we got a glimpse of first, and the news came across as the news came across the wires, that a woman had shot herself in the compound of the Brickdam police station, and now that young woman has been identified as 48-year-old Trudy De Haarte. 48 years old Trudy De Haarte, and this took place in the Brickdam police station. You know that police station there was gutted by fire in the recent past, and it's slated for rebuilding. And we're being told that Trudy went there, Trudy De Haarte, that is, went there to discuss a pending matter that she has concerning her husband. That's the information we're picking up, and um, you know that's just some of it. So initially, as we said, we picked up from the Big Smith news that a woman had gone, in fact, into the Brickdam police station and shot herself, and that she shot herself dead, and that was the news we had at about 8:30, 8:45, somewhere there about. That young woman has been identified as uh, Trudy De Haarte, and HGP Nightly News. I did a bit of reporting on this as well, and we're just going to try to pull together all that has been said thus far about this issue to give you guys a sense of what has been happening and who this young lady is and what took her to the Brickdam police station. So HGP Nightly News about an hour ago reported that a woman walks into the Brickdam police station and commits suicide. They went on to report that the suicide of animal rights activists has sent shockwaves across the country. On Monday morning, 48-year-old Trudy De Haarte of Haslington on the east coast of Demerara walked into the Brickdam station and shot herself. She reportedly died on this spot. Died on this spot. And again, as we go through this information, our thoughts and prayers go out to Trudy De Haarte's family, her friends, colleagues, all of those persons who would have loved her. And that is what we picked up between the Big Smith News and HGP Nightly News. And then also reporting on this issue has been, just give me a second to get my bearing here. Reporting on this, apologies, has been newsroom as well, and we're going to sift through some of what the newsroom has had to say, and then we're going to end up at news source on this issue, just to give you some direction as to how this is going to go. And so newsroom as well has been reporting on this matter. We've touched on uh, what Big Smith News had said initially, then Travis Chase slash HGP Nightly News, and newsroom has also picked up on this incident in the Brickdam police station compound. And newsroom, for their part, they are reporting that an animal welfare officer identified as Trudy De Haarte died by suicide on Monday morning in the compound of the Brickdam police station. It says here that De Haarte is a 48-year-old mother of two who lived at Haslington on the east coast of Demerara. The Minister of Home Affairs, Robeson Ben, who was at the scene, described the incident as unfortunate, but emphasized that the police officers will investigate the circumstances surrounding the woman's death. They are doing their forensics and other work, he said. Ben confirmed that she is an animal welfare officer. The health ministry offers services in its mental health unit at Quamina Street, folks. This is what we were talking about and the numbers we were giving out early on. The Ministry of Health offers services at the its mental health unit in Quamina Street, Georgetown, from 8 in the morning all the way up to 4 in the afternoons. There's also a recently launched toll-free number that you can call for help. It's 655-7333, 655-7333. Those are the numbers there in which persons can access counseling. And folks, if you having suicidal thoughts, you've been depressed, you know how you're feeling, right? Those are the numbers you can call. We're going to post them in the comment section. We are going to post them in the comment section. It says here as well, folks. One second. We're going to post this whole bit of information so you have these numbers at your fingertips. Yep. So certainly, folks, if you or anyone you know is feeling depressed and possibly contemplating suicide, you're advised to call the Guyana Interagency Suicide Helpline, which operates 24 hours a day and is organized by the Guyana Police Force. Again, you have some additional numbers: 223 0001, 223 0009, 223 0818, and you have 678 96 623 4444. And we're going to be rehearsing some of these numbers throughout the course of our podcast today, as well as we're about to share them in the comment section. So make a note of them. It might not be for you, but you might be helping somebody if you have these numbers at hand for them to talk to. So we've touched thus far, folks, on what Big Smith News said initially, and then what HGP Nightly News said on the matter, and then we touched on some of what Newsroom has covered on this incident as well. We've covered some of that, and we encourage you guys. If you knew Trudy Hart, if you knew Trudy De Haarte, and you wanna offer some thoughts, you could send us a voice note 627-6963, 627-6963, if you wanna share some information with us. That being said, the news source website also, Gordon Mosley's website, news entity, also put out some information on this matter. which we want to share with you guys as well. Folks, we want to welcome you to the podcast. Those of you who are now joining us, today we are discussing the suicide at the Brickdam police station of Trudy De Haarte. We knew that she walked into the police station today, and for whatever reasons, she would have engaged police, and she was there at the station, and she shot herself, and she's gone. She's gone. Trudy De Haarte, and that's the issue we're talking about today. The news source website, the header for their publication, the header for their report on this matter is animal rights activist shoots self at the Brickdam police station. Yep. And according to news source, the Brickdam police station became a crime scene this morning after a 48-year-old woman shot herself dead after arriving at the station to be interviewed about a domestic complaint. That is Trudy De Haarte, who was an animal rights activist. Family members said that she was also a licensed firearm holder. She was also a licensed firearms holder. That's according to this report coming out of news source. It further went on to report that it is suspected that De Haarte was at the police station to face questioning over allegations that she maliciously damaged her husband's car. She had reportedly accused the husband of cheating on her just after De Haarte shot herself and her body fell to the ground. The paramedics were summoned and arrived within minutes. She was pronounced dead on arrival. She was pronounced dead on the scene, rather. She was pronounced dead on the scene a few feet away from the inquiries office at the station. The area was cordoned off as on duty and off duty officers appeared shocked and confused at the incident. Again, the area was cordoned off as on duty and off duty officers appeared shocked and confused by the incident. And the report out of news source says that a sister of the dead woman arrived A sister of the dead woman arrived at the scene and was able to identify the body. The sister, Emily Clark, told reporters that she believes her sister's death was related to an issue in her marriage. This is the sister, and the sister is reported to have said, I just called my relatives in Canada and Trinidad, and they told me that she complains about some affair. She complained about some affair her husband had. So maybe that triggered it. And this is according to Trudy De Haarte's sister. Maybe that triggered it. I have no idea. It's a great loss. Her sister says, it's only me and her leave. Now she gone, the sister said. The report went on to state that the Home Affairs Minister, Robeson Ben, who visited the scene, said that it was a very unfortunate statement. It was a very unfortunate statement that will be fully investigated by the police. And the report concludes, folks, by stating that investigators from the Criminal Investigation Department intend to speak with the woman's husband as well as the officers who interacted with her just before she shot herself. Yep. And all of that is meant to happen as part of the investigations. That is just some of the information that is coming to hand at the moment. Some of the information is coming to hand. And guys, as we get more information, we are going to share it with you. We're going to skim back through that for some of you who might be now joining us. But again, just trying to get the facts for you as reported by some of the news media out there. And that's what's happening. Guys, if you may have known Trudy De Haarte, or you want to say, or you want to, contribute to the program in some way, you are free to send us a voice note at our WhatsApp number 627-6963, and we're going to be certain to play some of that for you guys. We are going to be certain to play some of that. So send us those voice notes, and we're going to go back through some of the information that we have on the suicide of Trudy De Haarte. We're going to go back through some of that information just to make sure that we're all caught up, because we know folks join the program at different times, and we do have some comments that have come in via voice note, and we're going to try to share those with you, folks. The number is 627-6963. That's our WhatsApp number. Our phone number 627-6963. That's the number you want to send your voice note. So we aren't going to be taking any calls, folks. The voice notes are going to allow you to do it are going to allow us to do it more efficiently, folks. That is going to allow us to do it more efficiently. And we are going to, yeah, we are going to ensure that we play them. We do have a couple of that we're going to play, but our thoughts and prayers go out. It isn't easy to see people meet their demise in this way, and definitely it's going to be a big shock for the family and all those who knew and loved Trudy De Haarte. But that's what's happening on that front, folks. And again, our thoughts and prayers. And there are numbers out there that you can call. We have shared some of them with you folks, with you kind folks already, and we are going to continue to do so in just a little bit. Bear with us as we get our mechanisms set up to bring you. Apologies there. Bring you some of these voice notes. Bear with us as we get set to do that. Again, if you have some thoughts, you knew Trudy De Haarte, you want to share some thoughts with us, you can send a voice note to 627-6963, and we're going to be certain to publish some of that at this end. But again, Trudy De Haarte, 48 years old, walked into the Brickdam police station earlier this morning, and for whatever reason, she would have shot herself dead. That is. We're going to be sharing some of the voice notes with you in just a second. We're just ensuring that we are. Yep. Let me make sure that we have this right. Here it is. Let's just ensure we have this right. Folks, we won't be able to take any calls, but we're going to definitely share the voice notes.
I don't know the young lady also, but my condolences go out to her family and may they find strength from God in this sad time.
Yep. Thank you for those kind words. Thank you for those kind words. And again, one of the contributors saying she don't know the young lady, but definitely she has her thoughts and prayers. The great poet Don John says, "Every man's death diminishes me," and true. It's true to form. It's true to form. We have never and we will never get accustomed to dying at all. Even sometimes when you expect somebody is going to die because they're ill or what have you, it still hurts when they do. It still hurts very much when they do. I think we have another contribution. Let me hear. Make sure.
Good afternoon, Sherwood and viewers. It's very sad to know that a young woman, now full of life, had to take such brutal action against the situation. Men got to learn to be a little bit more sensitive, and the women who profess to be side chick, side foul, side him, they need to get the act together and let us learn to love each other and unite. It's a heartless situation. I feel really, really sad for the children, and now the husband got to live with himself, and the woman who he was playing around with got to live with herself too. All of this could have been avoided if common sense had some sense.
Mm-hmm. We hear that. We hear it, my sister. We hear that. We hear that. Thank you so much for sending us that. And I think we do have another one. Folks, if you're now joining us, we encourage you to share the podcast. We're discussing today the suicide of Trudy De Haarte. We really love if there are folks who knew her to send us a voice note and let us know your thoughts on her passing. She would have shot herself in the Brickdam police station compound. That is the information we had. She was 48 years old. She's a licensed firearm holder, according to news room, I think it was, and also she was a animal welfare officer, an animal welfare officer, and uh, news source tells us that she would have perhaps gone at the police station there to look into an issue concerning a domestic problem she was having. Her husband is reported allegedly to have been cheating, and that was the reason that she went down there to the station. And we're gonna try to get as much information as we can. But I think we have another contributor. We have another contributor on at our end. And guys, we aren't going to take any calls. Send us a voice note. We'll be sure to publish it for our listeners. We will be sure to do that.
A blessed good afternoon to you, Cheryl. My condolences to the family of the deceased. And I know what she went through. I went through that, but I thought of my kids, so I didn't do anything to myself. But I know what she went through. And again, my condolences to the family. It's hard and it's pain. I cry when I see that because I know what I went through.
Yep, yep, yep. Thank you, my sister, for sharing that with us. You know, a lot of folks go through this stuff. A lot of folks go through it. But, you know, in some instances, it becomes too heavy for persons to bear. A lot of folks go through it. And I think we have another contributor. Um, you know, somebody's telling us here that I suffered a relationship. I guess I suffered through a relationship and I almost got to that point. Someone sent us that text. I suffered through a relationship and almost got to that point. That is the message we have. Folks, you want to send us a voice note, we'll be happy to publish it at this end, 627-6963. And we have another contributor. Bear with us. Let me get my ducks lined up.
Hi, Cheryl. Good morning. All that I can say, my condolences to our family. This is a very sad situation, and I don't even have enough words to express how I feel about that young woman. But it's very sad and heartbreaking. I'm so hurt. I am hurting right now. I just feel like crying. That pretty young woman, my God, what is happening?
Yep, yep, yep.
Sherrod, the other thing I have to say, our young people need a lot of counseling, and the older folks, mental illness is great. Not everybody can take stress, and Guyana has a lot of work to do. The PPP government, the time they're taking them to look for recognition, to people say that they are legalized. If they're illegal, they're illegal. They need to look into the interest of the Guyanese people. Mental health is too much out there. You know much other people you got going through that. This is sad. What is going on in our beautiful country? Whoa.
Yep, yep, yep. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, folks. You have a message you want to send, a voice note. We'd be happy to publish it. You want to offer some kind words, some words of condolences. You can send us a voice note. The number is 627-6963. We're going to be happy to publish it at this end as well, folks. We gotta take our mental health in our own hands, and we're responsible for our own happiness in lots of regards. We are the ones who's responsible for that, and our thoughts and prayers go out with Trudy De Haarte's family. No doubt they'll be tremendously hurting at this time. For those of you who are now joining us, we're discussing the suicide of Trudy De Haarte, a woman who just walked into the Brickdam police station, and whatever was the engagement, we don't have the full picture of it. Her engagement with the authorities there, she would have later, just close to the admin building, they're telling us, admin office, shot herself dead. And we're picking up, folks, from apologies. We are picking up from a news source that she had gone to the, sorry, yeah, she had gone to the station with regards a complaint. She had gone to the station with regards to complaint. I'm gonna just rehearse uh, a couple of the paragraphs from the news source article that would offer some more clarity for those of you who might be wondering. And we did pick up also from the newsroom, a news site, that she was a licensed firearm holder. She was a licensed firearm holder, and it is news source that spells out a little bit more, in a little bit more detail, who she was and what transpired there. An animal rights activist by profession, and had gone to the station on some to look into a personal matter. And I think we have another contributor while we wait for that. Do think we have another contributor, and I'm just ensuring that we lined up here correctly. Just ensuring we line up at this end correctly. Good to have all of you folks in the podcast with me. I'll take a listen to another one of our contributors.
Good day, my brother Sherrod. My heartfelt sympathy goes out to this family, and it is so sad what's going on in between human beings today. Um, my thing is, us women, and for the rest of the women who are listening, please don't take your life over a man. Always remember the hardship your parents went through to get you to this point. And also the children are involved. Think about your children first. You lost your life and the man still go on cheating. So always put yourself first in a situation like this. May God bless her soul and her family. And may God bless them and give them some kind of peace. And you stay safe, my brother, and take care of yourself. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you for that contribution. Put yourself first. That's the encouragement there. Put yourself first. That's it. I think we have another contributor.
A very blessed good afternoon to you, Mr. Shara Duncan, and to the rest of the Guyanese nation. It is very heart taking, it is very painful in my heart when I overheard that story concerning that young woman who have shot herself in Brickdam. It is so sad. Guyanese, please, my brothers and sisters, please, let us understand we are physical beings and spiritual beings, and we need to pay attention to all two parts, our flesh and our blood and our spirit. Most of these attacks that is taking place on the accident and in marriage and these relationships is coming from the spiritual realm and manifesting itself into the physical realm. And so I need people to understand, especially husband and wife. When you go and marry, you make an oath not to your wife or to your husband alone, but to God Almighty. And please, for God's sake, you need to honor God with that oath. You need to be faithful, loyal, and commit yourself because of the situation that your marriage is going to face. And the strong one always have to help the weak one at all times. Some will be strong, some will be weak at different times in the interval of their marriage. And so these times, when things are up or things are down, that's what the marriage was saying, in good times or in bad times or in sickness or in health, until death do us part, forsaking all others. This is an oath that was made by a man and a woman to God, not only to each other. And we must know that God is involved in it spiritually, and the devil always wants to get into it. That's why he attacked marriage. Marriage is always attacked because it's ordained by God and made in heaven. And if the husband allow the door to open up, demons enter. If the wife allow the door to open up, the devil will enter, demons will enter. Both parties have to keep the door closed. And whenever one open the door, the next one are go on their knees and pray to God and call upon God for that door to shut. When these demons come in, it coming for flesh and blood. It come to tear down the walls and destroy families. Have a blessed day. To the husband, you're supposed to know that God is your head. And you're supposed to be faithful and loyal to your wife, regardless of what trials, temptation, or tribulation come your way in this life. You got to be an example to the family. That's why you are called the heir of the wife. Not that you must control or dominate her, but she's a weaker vessel. We as men got to understand that love has nothing to do with envy and jealousy and fit rage and malice and vindictive and spiteful. So, Mr. Duncan, have a blessed day. The Guyanese nation have a blessed day. And husband and wife, please be faithful. And all you women and men who calling y'all side chick, y'all are adulterous attackers. Y'all are vessel that being used by demons to attack marriage. When you're a man married or a woman married, leave them alone. Leave them. You don't have nothing positive to tell these people in a calm to God what to strengthen their marriage. Shut up and stay out. But God join, let no man put us under. Not the husband can separate, and not the wife can separate. No demon from hell have a right to do it unless the husband or the wife give it to that demon. God bless this nation. We are going to get there by the grace of God. We must get there in the name of Jesus. I am so grieved. I am so sorry. I'm so hurtful. I don't even know what to say more than parents and family. Pray for your family. Pray for each other. Love each other. Church each other. Care for each other. God bless this nation. In Jesus' name, amen.
And thank you for that. Thank you for that contribution, my brother. Thank you, adding a spiritual dimension to it. No doubt. We have another contributor. Folks, our thoughts and prayers go out to Trudy De Haarte's family. No doubt, a family is going to be very, very hurt at this time with Trudy's manner of departure, her manner of death. Walked into the Brickdam police station there, Lower Brickdam, today and shot herself. Would have been engaging authorities there in a personal matter, they said, something relating to her husband cheating, and shot herself. She's a licensed firearms holder, 45 years old, and an animal rights activist. We have another contributor. Take a listen, folks. Take a listen. All right, while that gets up to scratch, we might take another one before. But good to have each and every one of you folks. I know lots of you guys, hundreds of you across social media are locked in to our podcast. We encourage you to share the podcast so that other folks can get the valid and credible information, of which I think chief of which is the fact that there's help out there, guys. There is help available if you need it. And let me see if we can post that. Do we have it now? Yes, we are posting some information across social media in the comment section, where persons can call to get help. And I'm going to just uh, read some of that here. And it says that the Ministry of Health offers services in, or rather through its mental health unit in Kwamina Street. Good. From 8 to 4 on a daily basis. There is the recently launched toll free number 655 655 73, rather 7233. 655 7233. That's one number. There are a host of others. You can also try 223 0001, 223 0001, 223 0009, 223 0009. You also have these cell phone numbers available to you: 678 96, 678 96, 678 96, 678 96. You also have 234, rather, hold up. You have 623 4444, 623 4444. All right, those are some numbers you can call, folks. And we have another contributor, guys. Please, please take a listen.
Hi, Shara. Good afternoon. Just want to say condolence to the family, And just looking at this, 90% of the people that call in and advise in the concern giving the condolences to this young lady, well, 95% of them are black people, right? We have not only mental health as an issue, we have racism as an issue in this country, right? Look how we could come together to send our condolence to this young lady. It's a sad day, you understand? And I hope the death of this young lady helped to galvanize this country and bring us more together.
Thank you for that contribution. Thank you so much for that. And we do have another contributor. Uh, take a listen, folks.
Hi, good day, Sharad. Upon hearing the news of that young lady's death, honestly, I'm nervous. I'm so shaken right now because didn't hear about what really was the nature or the cause of her actions, for her action. But however, I began to think about things that could possibly have caused such. And then hearing that this is a situation, I realized that it's something familiar to me. One of the things that we need to understand in this society is that it's not always easy to come out to say, well, this is my problem or that's my problem. The thing of it is that even as I'm speaking to you, I am so nervous because I've walked the road that she was going down. I experienced the kind of heartbreak in that in circumstances of such nature where you're with your partner, you're working hard, and then the thing of it, sometimes when you're a person of prominence and you end up in a situation like this, it's very shameful, it's very humiliating, it's very embarrassing. And you come to the place where you confront the situation and promises are made, oh, I'm going to change, I'm going to do it better, I'm not going to participate in such actions anymore. And it could have been just due to some kind of faltering or shortcoming on the woman's behalf or on the man's behalf, and he's not changing, or she would have done something to cause him to, like, lash out in that way. And he doesn't understand her emotions, or not trying to understand. Before he puts his energy into the relationship, he's going out elsewhere and seeking, and that can be very painful and humiliating. I know the pain firsthand, and honestly, I felt suicidal, I felt homicidal. I wanted to wound with intent, I wanted to inflict damages. And like I'm saying, when you're in a position of prominence, when you're popular, so to speak, or when you're known, or you're supposed to have a certain kind of image in society, these things are hard things to deal with. And I understand exactly what she's gone through, and I was at a place where honestly it was so hard to actually even get up to face society. So sometimes she must not have even had a mental health issue, like how she suffered the betrayal of the man that she put her all into, and she is such a prominent figure, and the shame and the humiliation and the feeling of the feeling of scorn and how people would look at you is something to deal with. And I'm so sorry because I know the feelings. I'm telling you, there were times when I could have gone to the extreme. But one of the things that kept me together is prayer. I had to submit myself to the hierarchy, to the source of strength. But I'm so sorry that she had not the opportunity. She hadn't the opportunity to really, tap in. It's a very heart wrenching situation, but people keep hurting people deliberately. And I can tell you that's a deliberate act. The action that her husband um, carried out there was a deliberate act because he could have done better and helped that woman through. Because I know they probably have made a lot of sacrifices and stuff. And now to come to this. Sorry that my voice note is extremely long, but it's a painful situation. I've walked this road. It's not easy, and I'm cringing under my skin right now because sometimes when you hear of other people's circumstances that are similar to yours, it raises your wounds fresh.
Yeah, thank you for that, my sister. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I hear you say, and I note that it doesn't have to be a long struggle with mental health. That's what our sister said. It could be the betrayal of this alleged infidelity and all of that that tips somebody over the edge. And for somebody who has been there right up to that edge and walked back, I can sense your apathy there, And thank you for that contribution. Thank you so much. You see, when you've been through and you come through, it's a total different thing. You've been through and you come through. We ain't just talking theory, we talking practice. And we got to do better. I hear lots of folks say, men got to do better. Indeed, we got to do better. Got to do better. We got to do better, right? We got to do better by our sisters. We got to. We got to. Good. Folks, we have a few minutes more, do we? Do we have a couple minutes more? Yeah, we have a couple minutes more. We can take a couple more voice notes if you want to make a contribution to the topic of discussion today. And definitely our thoughts and prayers go out to Trudy De Haarte's family, our entire family, her work colleagues. I can imagine they're shocked in the animal rights fraternity. Um, they are shocked. The animal rights advocates fraternity definitely shocked. I can imagine her community, her family members, and none of the reports says if they had any children, if she had any children, but definitely her family is going to be shocked and terribly hurt by this, terribly hurt by this. And my sister, who just made a contribution to our program, said that she know what it is. She know what it is. Been there and done that. Been there and done that, guys. So grateful for so many of you. Marcel Williams, we see you there, and Lexi Boss, Andrew Cuthbert, we see you. Patricia Kisoon, folks, hundreds of you are joining our podcast today. Hundreds of you. Uh, do us the biggest favor and share the live stream so that other folks get this valid and credible information, guys. Valid and credible information. Share the live stream. We are going to try to, we want to get back. I want to give you guys who now joining us part of what News Source said in their reporting on this matter. Let me pull it up very quickly as we seek to give you credible information, guys. Let me pull it back up quickly for you. Yep. Folks, reach out to somebody, keep in check. Yeah, news source says that it is suspected that Trudy De Haarte, who was an animal rights activist, would have gone to the Brickdam police station to face questioning over allegations that she maliciously damaged her husband's car. She had reportedly accused her husband of cheating on her just after the heart shot herself and her body fell to the ground. The paramedics were summoned and arrived within minutes. She was pronounced dead at the scene, a few feet away from the inquiries office of the Brickdam police station. The area was cordoned off as off duty and on duty officers appeared shocked and confused by the incident. The sister of the dead woman, Trudy De Haarte, arrived on the scene and was able to identify the body. The sister, Emily Clark, told reporters that she believes that her sister's death was related to some issues in her marriage. The sister, Emily Clark, told the news source publication that she believed that her sister's death was due to some issues she was having in her marriage. And report goes on to state, attributing to the sister, I just called my relatives in Canada and Trinidad, and they told me that she complained about some affair the husband had. So maybe that triggered it. I have no idea. It's a great loss. That's how her sister characterized Trudy's passing. Her sister says it is a great loss. And her sister being Emily Clark, she said it's a great loss that Trudy De Haarte life has come to an end in this way. It's only me and her leave, and now she gone, the sister said. And that's the information we're picking up out of news source, folks, out of news source. And that's information we have at this time. That is information we have. We may have something else for you if you give us a sec. We may have something else for you guys. We still got a couple minutes left. If you guys want to send a voice note, 627-6963. That's our number, 627-6963. And while you're doing that, guys, we encourage you to share our podcast, Below the Belt. And also, we want you to smash that emoji button. Let's see how you guys are feeling out there today. Want to know how you guys are feeling out there? Great to have each and every one of you join the podcast today, and we are going to give you another update we have we have another comment here. Take We have another contribution, folks. In just a second, we're going to bring that to you. In just a second, if you bear with us. That being said, we have another contribution. Then we're going to give you an update from Travis Chase. We're going to give you an update from journalist Travis Chase. Uh, I think this is another contributor. All right, hold for us, guys. Just hold for us. Just hold for us 1 second. Hold for us 1 second.
Mr. Duncan, this Trisha Edwards. I already collect a 300.
All right, I don't know if that's the voice note for you. But that being said, folks, we have some information. We have some additional information from Travis Chase that reads, woman shoots self in Brickdam police station amid domestic disputes. This is what we're picking up out of Travis Chase, posted about half an hour ago on Travis's Facebook page. Woman shoots herself amid domestic dispute. 1 second, let's find. Yeah, amid domestic dispute. And Travis Chase says, journalist Travis Chase, that is, says that detectives are investigating the circumstances surrounding the suicide of Trudy De Haarte, age 49 years old, an animal inspector at the Guyana Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals and of Haslington on the east coast of Demerara. She worked as an animal inspector at the Guyana Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Uh, the woman, the woman shot herself in the head uh, today at 9 hours at the Brickdam police station compound. Initial reports reveal that the victim and her husband, a taxi driver, were having family issues, and as such, the husband left their home about a week ago and began living with his father at Port Drawing on the west bank of Demerara. And that's the information according to Travis Chase. And it goes on to read, folks, it goes on to read that on Monday, the 14th of March, which is today, at about 8:50 hours, the deceased woman confronted her husband and her son on Camp and Regent Street, and in front of City Mall, where she took out an object which was wrapped in a yellow cloth and hit her husband's motor car. Again, Travis Chase reporting that the deceased woman confronted her husband and her son on Camp and Regent Street, in front of City Mall, where she took out an object that was wrapped in a yellow cloth and hit her husband's car. The man subsequently drove to the Brickdam police station, where the deceased followed him. She drove. He drove to the Brickdam police station, where the deceased followed him. And again, we picking this up out of Travis Chase, journalist Travis Chase Facebook page, and it goes on to state that the man, while waiting to make a report, saw the deceased standing in front of the station and pointed her out to the rank who was performing duties as the compound sentry, or the compound security officer, who then escorted the deceased woman into the compound. The deceased woman then walked to the entrance of the inquiry's office and took out the object from the yellow cloth, which was concealed in a black plastic bag, and looked at her husband, who was a short distance away from her in the office, and said, "This is what you want?" Then she raised the object, still concealed in the plastic bag, to the right side of her head, and a clicking sound was heard, and the deceased fell to the ground. Again, folks, according to Travis Chase, he's reporting, journalist Travis Chase, he is reporting the deceased woman walked to the entrance of the inquiry's office, walked to the entrance of the inquiry's office, right? And he said this is from the police. He is getting this from the police. And that's what the report says. This is from the police. He's reporting what he got from the police. The deceased woman then walked to the entrance of the inquiry's office and took out the object from the yellow cloth, which was concealed in a black plastic bag, and looked at her husband, who was a short distance away from her, in the office, and said, "This is what you want." Then she raised the object, still concealed in the plastic bag, to the right side of her head, and a clicking sound was heard, and the deceased fell to the ground. The woman was pronounced dead at the scene by the government medical officers, Dr. Narain, the government medical officer, Dr. Narain, who examined the body, and a single wound was seen to the right side temple area of the head. A single wound was seen to the right side temple of the head. The woman, up to the time of her death, was receiving treatment at the Georgetown Public Hospital Psychiatric Clinic. The woman, up to the time of her death, was receiving treatment at the Georgetown Public Hospital Psychiatric Clinic. The body was escorted to the Memorial Gardens funeral parlor, awaiting a post-mortem examination. And that is the information coming out of journalists. That is the information, folks, coming out from journalist Travis Chase, as is reported on his Facebook page, as he received that information from the Guyana Police Force. And that is what is stated on Travis Chase Facebook page. And guys, um, yeah, yeah, that's information that's information we have at this time, and we're going to keep you guys posted throughout the day if there's anything new to add here, and as well on our evening program in the ring, which comes up at 8 this evening. And that's our time, folks. Before you go, ensure that you share the podcast, and as well, guys, we want to see what are the emotions out there in social media. So smash that emoji button as well. Share the podcast. That's information as we have it. That's our time, folks. Do stay safe, and folks, be gentle with yourselves. Be gentle with yourself. That's our time today. That's our time. Take care and be safe.